Hi there, and welcome to our segment, Cut Through the Noise. Today, we're going to be answering your questions that we've been hearing throughout the month, along with what's happening around the world. As always, if you have questions that you would like us to answer, please drop us a comment below, or you can send us an email at admin@onedegreeadvisors.com. Let's get right into it. So there's talks of potentially more shutdowns due to COVID, and so people are asking, what should we do to prepare financially?
Yeah, everyone's different, so it's a tough question to answer, but have a personal plan. Cash reserves can help get you through periods of uncertainty, ensuring that you do have some perspective on your short-term money versus your long-term, which is more for growth, and even if it tends to fluctuate. But you're really seeing like different companies where they've maneuvered
Thinking differently.
Alcohol companies pivoting to hand sanitizer. You've kind of seen how some schools are just doing great and others are kind of sitting around waiting.
Yeah.
And it's like, so what can you do to succeed through this?
I mean, even personally for One Degree, us doing a lot of virtual client appointments, not sitting around and saying, well, we'll meet, in several months. No, it's okay. We'll do Zoom meetings. We'll make it the best experience we possibly can given the circumstances so we can continue to move forward.
Yeah. All right, question for you, Alex. With bonds paying so little interest, should I get out of bonds entirely? It seems that they're guaranteed to lose money at least after inflation.
Yeah, it's a good question. It's a very serious question, especially for retirees or those heading into retirement. At least from our perspective, bonds still play an important piece in a portfolio. So we're certainly not saying do away with bonds completely, even if on a real return basis, they're not keeping up. We do tilt towards the shorter term side, higher quality side. So that's something to consider. But more importantly, at least from our perspective, is to make sure that you're diversified. You've heard us preach about diversification in the past, but going forward, it's going to be even more important. So diversification amongst stocks, globally investing, but also investing in real assets like commodities and real estate. It can also include alternative strategies like a tactical strategy designed to be more offensive or defensive based upon where we're at in the market cycle. So again, not that we're saying do away with bonds, but it needs to be supplemented as part of a diversified portfolio to help make sure you get the returns you need.
Yeah, make sure that investment plan's aligned with your financial plan. Another question for you, Alex. What tax strategies should we be looking at before year end?
Absolutely. There's a lot of things you can be looking at. Again, it will be dependent upon your personal situation, whether or not these types of strategies will apply. But some things that we are commonly looking at for our clients are Roth conversions. Right, that's a very powerful strategy to pay some taxes today to save a lot of taxes in the future. But again, you have to look at your personal tax situation. There are things like tax loss harvesting. One that most people don't often think about is tax gain harvesting. That can be very powerful depending upon your tax situation. But then you also have things like mutual fund distributions. Mutual fund companies coming up in this month should be releasing estimates. So paying careful attention to, if you own mutual funds, the distributions that might be coming up.
Yeah, make sure you're looking at that charitable giving as well.
Absolutely. All right, the final question we have here is, I'm getting ready to retire, but I'm having second thoughts due to the uncertainty in the economy. Are people retiring at this point, or is it generally better to wait?
Yeah, again, very personal type question. Yes, people are retiring, sure. You need to have that financial plan, make sure that you can navigate, the short term here, and you're prepared for that. But a financial plan should always be prepared for that. So think about like people that retired in 2006, 2007, felt wealthy at the time, stocks were recovered, real estate was doing really well, but it was right before a big drop. And people still needed to be prepared for that. Point being is that there's always uncertainty that's out there. Absolutely. And then, be thinking a little bit differently. It doesn't always have to be, a full out retirement. If you feel more comfortable, if you have the opportunity to perhaps work part-time, then considering things like that.
But regardless of whatever decision you do make, it needs to be made with confidence, knowing I've examined my variables, I understand my financial situation, where I sit, and here are the strategies I'm going to implement going forward to increase my chances of long-term success.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, again, that was our segment, Cut Through the Noise. We hope you found it helpful. If you have questions that you'd like us to answer, again, please drop a comment below, or you can send us an email at admin@onedegreeadvisors.com. We look forward to talking with you.